Lion had released a report earlier this week indicating how exactly, the markets are faring on, especially when it comes to consumer spending. It emerged, and maybe this may be news to you, that, respondents working in the manufacturing and trade sectors had the highest proportions of improved incomes. Now, the GDP might be suffering, but apparently the employability within the manufacturing sector is improving. How exactly do we put those two together?
It will take time in terms of reflecting that growth and impact towards the GDP.
Right.
Of course, there's been slight improvement, and that improvement is in certain sectors. But we do have our own internal barometer, and the barometer we did, a quarterly barometer, 64% particularly of the industries did indicate that the orders have gone down. So it could be that our buyers, who are the general consumers, the public, do not have cash. So the cash flow effects has inhibited them from putting up orders.
All right.
So it will take time to see a lot of improvement. Of course, there are steps that the government are trying to take, but the impact may not be seen immediately, but in the long term, definitely. If we're able to open the markets that we used to have, the regional market and the international market, then you'll see sort of a growth in the manufacturing sector and more jobs created because of those open markets.
Right.
Yeah.
In the world of business, when one's income is compromised, their spending power is also significantly compromised.
That's true.
Going into the latter half of the year, we will see that a lot of Kenyans don't have as much to spend on products. Now we have imported products that are coming into the country that are significantly cheaper than what is being produced within the country, and that brings a lot of competition. It's hard to be patriotic when you don't have enough in your pocket. How exactly are manufacturers working towards negating that?
So we normally say the world is flat. So when you are producing or setting up a factory in Kenya, you need to have in mind that I'm going to compete with a factory in India, a factory in China, or a factory in Asia, in Europe.
Right.
So the fact that we're in a global market, we need to compete. So some industries find other avenues in terms of productivity, improving their productivity through technology. However, if you look at our competitive in terms of just one major cost that you can say we compare, electricity cost is indeed expensive.
Right.
We are about 70% more expensive than our counterpart. But having said that, we are also more reliable. We have more reliable electricity as compared to our counterpart.
Right.
So there is an advantage and disadvantage. So as a businessman or as a producer in the factory, you look at those opportunity costs that you have and make sure that your product can be competitive in the market.
All right.
Yes.
Now, Edwin, when it comes to the financial sector, of course, banks have been compromised because non-performing loans are getting higher and higher every single day. Now, when it comes to Kenyans and their disposable incomes, this as well has been compromised, and that would make the penetration of insurance much, harder. How exactly are you working towards getting more within the net of insurance in the country?
Okay, interestingly is that looking at some of the statistics that are available, prior to the rollout of, for example, the SHA, Social Health Insurance Authority, the insurance penetration, health insurance penetration was in the region of about 20 to 30, which means 3 out of 10 Kenyans would have access to insurance. So I do not have the brief for government, but I would say that through this rollout, as ambitious as it is, it's going to create a higher penetration of health insurance among the populace.